All right, so body sculpting. First half will be done standing. Second half will be done on the mat or on the floor. We don't need any weights unless you prefer them for the tricep dip, okay? All right, fantastic. Let's get started with a warm-up. We're gonna bring the feet about hip distance apart, draw the navel up and in to brace the core, release the arms by our side, and then we're gonna turn the palms open so we can begin with an overhead clap and reach. So big inhale, extend, reach, and bring them down. So we're just gonna kind of clap, just move through these shoulders, okay? Just move through these shoulders. Wonderful. We'll do 2 more. Last one. Let's go ahead and come into a chest expander. Opening the chest, arms are really wide spread, so we feel those shoulder blades squeeze together. We're gonna turn palms face down and alternate crossing arms one over the other. So we're looking for that chest to really open and our shoulder blades to squeeze back. Good, without those shoulders coming up. Just warming everything up. Good, one more, each direction, each side. And then we'll release those arms back down. We're gonna take the feet a little wider apart, okay, a little wider than our hip. Coming into a windmill, we're gonna open arms wide, drop those shoulder blades, and then right arm reaches down towards that left leg. Inhaling, we come up. Exhaling, we switch to the other side. Goal here is to start to feel some movement in our hamstrings, the back of our legs and thighs. We're keeping our belly button pulled in tight so that the spine stays long throughout the movement and does not round. Good, a little softness in the knees. Our segments today, as we work through these exercises, are going to be about 40 seconds. And then we'll take a transition period of around 15. We'll take one more each side. Good, we'll release the arms. We're going to step the feet back into hip distance and begin with a butt kicker. So butt kicker, heels towards the bun. Knee stays pointing down towards the floor throughout our movement. We are alternating sides. Good. And you can kind of work at your own pace here. If you wanted to up the calorie burn and get that blood really flowing, you could do a little butt kicking jog. We have about 10 seconds remaining. Good, last one. All right, coming into a side lunge and a reach. This will kind of take care of our warm-up. We'll step out right. We'll reach right. We'll bring it in. Stepping out left, reach left. We'll bring it in. So we're just gonna alternate side to side. Big focus here is pressing the hips back. We take a big hip hinge and we put most of our weight into the heel of the foot as we push off. That'll help ensure that the knee stays in alignment over that ankle. Hopefully that body's warmed up a little bit. One more each side. Good, back to the center. We'll take a big shoulder roll to release everything. And you're gonna look for space so that you can do a reverse lunge, okay, or a rear lunge. We'll also add a rotation, okay, add a rotation. So we'll take up and in through the belly, relaxing the arms and the shoulders. We're gonna alternate. So the right leg steps back. We rotate through the waist to the left. We step together. Left leg steps back. We rotate to the right. We bring it in center, step together. So we can work at our own pace again here. So really focused on our rotation and the tightness of the core. But it's quite a balance challenge. If you wanted to amp it up, you could add a little hop in between. And if you wanted to level down, you could use just a toe tap reaching back. Good, last one. In the center, we're gonna take a wide squat and we're gonna add a crunch, okay? So let's set the legs up wide, wider than our hips, toes slightly turned out so that they're pointing the same direction of our knee. Maybe a little tilt here in the pelvis to draw that navel in, okay? Navel in. Arms are gonna come out at the side and we're gonna focus on obliques, okay? Our belly. So up and in. On the exhale, we're gonna pull up. On the inhale, center. Exhale, pull up, inhale, center. We're gonna move side to side. Good. Little lateral bend or a sideways bend through the torso, bringing the rib to the hip. Good, one more each side. Last one. We'll release, we'll give those shoulders a roll. We're gonna do a pivot with an uppercut, a pivot with an uppercut. So we're gonna sit soft in our knees and our hips. So the knees are slightly bent, so are the hips. An uppercut, okay, comes from down below and back to center, okay? So we're gonna go down below, a little rotation. Notice my heel is up, I'm on the ball of the foot. Back to center, okay? Up and in through the belly. Let's go ahead and start to move in our uppercut with our rotation. Good. Snapping that fist right back at you, tucking it in, focusing on the power here, starting to really warm up. Always braced and tight through the core. Good, almost there. Last one. Good. Release, roll out fingers and shoulders. Let's come into a wall sit. Okay, now if you don't have a wall to sit against, to bounce your back against, that's totally fine. Just gonna hold a squat, okay? Just hold a squat. If you're holding a squat, hips are back. If you're sitting on the wall, okay, same thing, up and in, but you'll just be able to sit lower, okay? You'll just be able to sit lower. The feet are still hip distance apart. We're drawn in through the navel, just as we would if we were standing in a squat. And we try to align that back as flat as we can. Good, so we're breathing and we're feeling a lot of pressure in our thighs, okay? Maybe some hamstring and some glutes. We're breathing. These are so great. We can do these all the time. And even myself, I forget that we have the ability to just, for 30 seconds, just press up against the wall, flatten out the back, try to get the head back there as well. 5 seconds, you guys, 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All the way up, give those legs a kick. We're coming into a standing mountain climber, okay? A standing mountain climber. We're gonna add a rotation, however, add a rotation. So arms come up, we'll take right knee, left arm. As we exhale, we'll come in, we'll cross, okay? Come in, we'll cross. Notice I'm not folding forward a whole bunch. I'm focused on the rotation of the waist. Let's go ahead and go. And again, you have that option of picking up some pace, adding a little hop in between. If the arms are tired, of course, you can release the arms and place hands on the waist. Good, heart rate should be coming up. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Arms release. A rear leg lift. We're going to work on our glutes. Okay, our glutes. We're going to turn the toes so that they're a little wide apart. Okay, a little splayed. We're going to take our right heel behind the left. We're going to get as tall as we can. A little tuck under in the tail. Finding our balance. We're going to push the heel or push the leg behind until we feel the glute, that connection between the tush and the thigh. Let's go ahead and begin with this right leg. Looking for stability. If you want, you can take fingers to a wall. Good, lots of control. 10 seconds left, so let's hold that leg up if we can and take little pulses. It's okay if you wiggle, it's okay if you wobble, that's normal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, kick, and then let's set up for the other side. Taking that left heel behind, pulling up and in, little tuck of the tailbone. Let's begin. Pressing out behind, flexing. Little pause at the top of the movement. Good, we're going to find that pulse. So find the balance. Little pulse, 10 seconds. Focus. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. All right, taking out. We're going to work the hamstring. We're going to go down a little bit and work that hamstring. We're going to take a single leg deadlift. Okay, a single leg deadlift. Let's put all the weight into our left leg. Take our right toes behind us. Let's get really tall. Locked into this waist. Arms can be at your waist or they can be extended out to the sides. It's a hip hinge. So, big inhale, hip hinge. As you hip hinge, that right leg ends up lifting behind you. Then slowly you'll stand tall. Good. So we're going to do one side at a time. Let's go ahead and begin. So these are really slow. Good. A little more challenge would be arms extended out to the side. Even more challenge would be arms overhead throughout the movement. Good. Make sure to pause when you're fully extended. This next one will be last one on this side. This will release, give it a shake, and let's switch. Let's switch all the way to right, left leg extends, up and in, tight. Here we go. Go ahead, find that first lift. Good, try to focus on the chest, pulling forward. Keeping that spine long. Okay, that will help keep you in the hip hinge as opposed to just a leg lift. Okay? We have time for about 3 more. Next one is last one. Good, just slowly release. And again, roll out those shoulders. Give yourself a kick. Okay, give yourself a kick. All right, so now we're going to take a side leg lift. You have the option of putting the arms in the movement to help bring the heart rate up. Let's start in a small squat or our seated athletic stance. On our inhale, both arms, left leg. Good, slowly lower, other side, alternating. So we've got a little lateral movement through the waist, a little squat in between. That'll help us get our lift and help remind us to keep a lot of that weight in our heels, in our glutes. Again, you can work at your own pace here. So if you wanted to work faster, you could. So those arms really helping to bring up the heart rate. You could change into jumping jacks if you need a little more. Ten seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We'll release. Let's go ahead and do a front leg lift. We'll focus here on the inner thigh. Let's again take those toes a little wide. And then we're going to take the heel of the left foot out in front of the toe of the right. We're going to square the hips, get tall, little tuck under the tailbone. Keeping elevated through the chest, we're going to press that ankle or heel straight forward. We should feel the length of the inner thigh. Go ahead and begin. So the foot's flexed. Good, one more, and then let's hold it up. Let's find that pulse, little pulse, little pulse. Good, leading with the heel to keep it in the inner thigh. Still tight, but tucked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and kick them out. We're gonna do the same thing, the other side. Soften our knees. We set up. We square the hips. We lengthen. Little tuck under, flex foot. Let's begin pressing forward, reaching to that heel, that ankle. Again, you can use the wall or a chair for a little balance assistance here. Keep pushing to the side, lengthen the inside of that leg. Next one, let's hold it up there and find those little pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and kick. We're going to start our leg segment back from the top. Rear lunge. Let's go ahead and set up. Okay, good. Stepping forward, alternating. We can add that rotation. If it's a little too much for the balance today, you can skip the rotation. If you're looking for more challenge, you can either hold weights or you can add a little hop, move faster. We're only doing 30 seconds this second set. Good, time for one more each side. Last one. Good, through the center. We're coming into our wide squat crunch. So feet wider than the hips. Pulled in, little tuck. Okay, little tuck. Let's go ahead, pull in through that right side. And then left. Good. Little squat in between. Staying low. Good, using our obliques.
So your tears been running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down. And you keep on
Good, next one, last one. Good, release, roll, pivot with the uppercut. Okay, athletic stance, pivot upper, pivot upper. Good, roll onto the ball of the foot. Nice. Good, driving the heart rate up again.
Like the world is coming down on you. You have to move on. Deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever
10 seconds.
get enough of love.
5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Wall sit, okay? Or just holding a squat, okay? Wall sit or holding a squat. If we're on the wall, no excuses. Get those hips down, about parallel with the knees if you can. Up and into the belly. We're holding and breathing. Just a 30-second one this time. We're already halfway through. We've only got 15 seconds. Recommit. We got this. 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Work that back up. Give those legs a kick. Let's set up for our standing mountain climber. Standing mountain climber. Up and into the belly. Arms go wide. We alternate. Coming through the center, the midline of the body. Right knee, left arm. Good. Remember, looking for that rotation. Work at your own pace.
Deal with your broken heart. You have to move on. Deal with your broken heart. No matter what you think, you'll never ever get enough of love.
Almost there. Looking good. 3, 2, 1. We release. We roll out the shoulders. Leg lift. Rear. Okay? Up and in. Little tuck. Right heel comes behind. We lift and lower. Squeeze. 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 Good. Super mindful not to arch that back. Squeeze. Good, next time up, we'll hold it up, we'll find that pulse. Only 5 seconds this time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, we'll kick out the leg. Let's switch sides. Up and in, recommitting. Good, left heel goes behind. When you're ready, squeeze, squeeze to extend the leg straight back. Good, next time up, we're going to find our balance. Little pulse. Squeeze, squeeze. Good. Let's shake them out and move on to our single leg deadlift. A single leg deadlift. Up and in. Let's take those right toes behind. Arms can be at the waist or extended. Let's go ahead. Reach forward with that chest. Slowly stand. Two more this side. Last one, let's switch it up. Good, immediately setting up, pulling up and in. Let's go. Good, one more this side. Perfect, we're moving on. We're gonna shake out the leg and move into a side leg lift with the option of adding those arms. Little squat in between. Arms at the side, little squat, both arms, right leg. Good, let's alternate. Both arms, left leg. Nice. A little oblique action coming out of that waist. And our feet are flexed, toes pulled back towards the shins. Again, you can turn this into jumping jack if you're looking for a little more heat. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leg lift front. Okay, last exercise on the leg set before we move down to the mat. Let's go ahead, rolling up and in again, setting the heel in front of the toe. We're extending the leg straight forward, leading with the heel of the ankle. You're looking good. 5 seconds, and then we're going to switch legs. We'll set up and we'll go right into it. Good, let's go ahead. Switch legs. Call and tuck. When you're ready, start extending, reaching that long leg forward. Good, using the core to help lift. Good, keep those toes turned out. 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. We'll give everything a little bit of a shake. We're going to work down into our mat or to a plank. So get yourself set up for your plank. If you need a mat, go ahead and get one. Just make sure you're on a surface where you're not going to slip. Okay, you're on a surface where you're not going to slip. Let's set up for the plank. Now we can take a full plank. We can take a kneeling plank. You can also use the chair. Okay? Up to you. We're just going to hold this first plank. Up and in through the navel. Thighs are flexed. Belly button pulls really tight. And the key is to lock these shoulders over the elbows, over the wrists. Good. Long neck, like an extension from the tailbone, running through the spine, out the top of the head. Good. Keep thinking of that lower abdominal region, pulling up and in to support the back. We have 15 seconds left. Nice. Let the hips start to sink. Flex those thighs a little more. Open the chest. Draw that navel in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lower down to the knees. Take a quick child pose just to do a stretch. Maybe roll out your wrist. And then we're going to set up for a bird dog crunch. So we're coming into all fours. Knees or hips distance apart. We're locked in through the core. We're going to extend our left leg, right arm. Good. Option. Stay here or add the crunch. Exhaling, pulling in. Knee comes towards that elbow. Okay? Exhale as you round in. Inhale, extend. You want to make sure that left shoulder is stable. Again, you're at your own pace. Nice, 5 seconds left. Last one. We're going to release. We're going to shift our body weight. Extend to the left leg up and in. Right arm. Here we go on the exhale. Good. Good abdominal crunches. Last few. Next one is last one. Good. So sit back into that child's pose. And then roll up, bring ourselves forward. We can do this next one either open palm, straight arms, or if they're getting tired, we can come down onto our elbows, our forearms, okay? It's gonna be a fire hydrant. So a flexed foot, knee at 90. It's a side lift and lower using the hips. Yes. And again, it can be elbow. It can be straight arm. Just depends on your wrist. Good. That navel is tight. Support the back. Last from the side. Let's go right into the other side. Same thing. Just a lift and a lower. Straight out to the side. Trying to keep the hips as stable as we can. Last two. Last one. Good. Let's come on seated to our buns. We're going to take a back arm row. Okay, a back arm row. So pretending like we're rowing a boat. To make it harder, you can lift those feet up off the floor. Okay, a little easier. Heels or feet on the floor. Arms. Extend as we sit straight up, nice flat back. We pull through the navel, lean back like we're rowing. At this point when we're back, we should feel that tug. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, brace the abs, pull back. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, pull back. Awesome. So you guys are doing fantastic. Good, last few. Next one is the last one, so let's hold it back. Good, belly button tight, lift that chest. Locked and loaded. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it forward, quick knee hug before we move on to the tricep dip. If you want to use those weights for a press back instead, feel free to do so. Likewise, if you'd like to use a chair, you can do that as well. Otherwise, it's fingertips point towards our hips. We lift and open through the chest to lengthen the spine. Okay? We're going to press into the arms, keeping the chest open to get the hips slightly off the mat. Just to bend straight back with the elbows for the tricep dip. To make it a little more challenging here, if you'd like to, you can extend the leg. Good. Keep the chest open and those shoulder blades squeeze together. Five, 4, 3. The last one here. Good. We'll release. We'll roll out the hands and the wrists as we turn ourselves back over for a side plank. Okay, we're going to probably use a kneeling side plank. Okay, we'll use it on our elbow. Okay, if that's more comfortable for you. If you want to come into full, feel free to do so. If we're on the elbow is still underneath the shoulder. Okay, the bottom knee remains on the floor, and the top leg is straight, maybe even elevated. The goal is being lifted long through the hips, on the shoulders and shoulder blades down. Good. Option. Okay, option. Pulling the knee in towards the chest, then extending it. So a little bit of a crunch, a little bit of a pull lift, a little bit of a bonus. If you're doing those knee pulls, you've got 2 more. Then we'll release. We're going to switch over or swing that body around to go into the other side. Same thing, either an extended arm or on your elbow, your forearm. Bottom knee rests on the floor. We get as long as we can. We draw that navel in, level hips. Option to lift the leg, just holding and breathing. Second option would be adding that knee pull. Good stability in the shoulder. Five, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good, let's release down. We're gonna find ourselves in an elevated crunch, okay, an elevated crunch. We're gonna lie all the way down on our back. We're gonna lift the legs so that the knees are about at a 90. We're gonna draw the navel back down into the mat. Fingertips can go wide above the ears on the exhale, pushing the navel down to the mat as hard as we can so that it causes the upper body to lift just the slightest bit. Okay, so try not to think about lifting the head at all, but thinking about pressing that navel down so hard that it causes that abdominal flexion. There's 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one here. We're gonna give the knees a quick hug. Good, before we roll over for our kneeling push-up. I know you probably thought you were gonna get away without having to do the push-up, but if we're doing arm strength with no weight, we've gotta do a push-up. So hands can go slightly wider than the shoulders if you wish. Okay? You can stay on your knees. Option to elevate those feet, okay? Or you can come into a full push-up. So chest comes forward as the abdominals come in. We bend at the elbow, leading with the chest, straightening the arms to squeeze or contract those chest muscles and arm muscles while keeping the core stable and long. Ten seconds. Everyone counts. So do them great. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We'll set in a little child's pose for a quick stretch. And then we're going to turn ourselves back over onto our backs once again. Good. We're going to come into a dead bug. Knees are going to be bent. Low back into the mat. We're going to take both arms, fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. We're going to press through the right heel to straighten the right leg and extend the left arm, lower it over the head. As you exhale, you're going to bring it in and switch. So the left leg will push away, right arm extends. Exhale, switch. It's on that exhale that we have to really focus on that low back, making sure it doesn't arch. If it does, perhaps take the hands out of the equation and put the hands on the mat beside the hips.
About to leave, already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see.
Good, almost there. 3, 2, last one. Little hug of those knees. Fantastic. Let's take it into a reverse crunch. Okay? You have the option of knees being bent or legs being straight. Arms will rest on the mat by your side. Belly will draw down, knees bent or straight. It's a curling of the underside of the belly button, okay? So we want to make sure we don't sway or swing, that we focus below the belly button. And it's okay if the hips don't lift off the mat. That's totally fine. It's the movement inside, okay? So even if it doesn't move outside, it's that tightness or tug on the inside that will help you build the strength and the control of the core muscles. You want to take that straight leg and a little more of a pike. Feel free. We're going to take two more. This will be the last one here. We'll bend the knees. We'll give them a little hug. I'm going to take the arms wide out to the side like a T. That'll help give us some balance. We're going to take ankles together, knees together. We're going to pull down through the navel, and we're going to do little half twists to work through our obliques. So we'll allow the weight of the legs to let them drift towards one side of the room. When we feel the belly button pull hard, we exhale, we roll back onto our back, reset the spine, and then go to the other side. With an inhale as it lowers, and exhale, let that weight lift. Just alternating side to side. Each time perhaps you get a little bit lower. Our shoulders are staying connected to the mat or to the floor. Good, this next one, let's make it extra challenging. Let's go almost all the way to the floor. Pause. Big exhale, pull in, roll up, over to the other side. Almost all the way to the floor. Pause. Pull in, back into center. All right, let's go ourselves into a twist. Let's let the legs slowly come all the way down to the floor. We're going to control that descent using our core muscles all the way down slow. Good, we're going to release, relax. So feet rest on the floor. Let's turn our palms face up. Our chest is open, and we relax the shoulders. We take a big, deep breath, deep enough that our belly expands and fills up. As we exhale, we're going to empty the belly completely, letting all the air push out. Let's take one more deep breath like that. We'll turn our palms down, bring the knees in close to the chest. We're going to give them a little hug on the way by. And then we're going to take the twist on the opposite side, allowing those knees again to go all the way down to the floor, slowly and with control. Pulling in, then taking that big deep breath so that you fill up with air, and then releasing it all. Good, last big deep breath. Excellent. Let's roll back onto our back. We're going to give both knees a hug again. On the exhale, we're going to tuck like a ball. So drawing the navel in tight to the floor, head and shoulder lift as we draw the knees close to us. We'll release. Left foot down, right heel up towards the ceiling. Take a little hamstring stretch here. We're going to flex the foot, push the heel towards the ceiling for the calf, and then we'll point. We'll flex. We'll point. We'll relax the foot and then just kind of roll out through the ankle, both directions. We're going to bend that right knee, give it a hug into the chest, and allow the knee to open to the side, to open up the pelvis. Flex foot will help keep your knee and your ankle in alignment. We're going to release that right ankle on top of the left thigh or the left knee. Coming in for a 4 square stretch. We're going to grab behind our left thigh. Good, so we're feeling hip, glute, and some more hamstring. Let's release. We're going to come into the other hamstring, extending that left heel up to the ceiling, drawing our tailbone down towards the mat. Our point of the toes, a flex. One more time, point and flex. Let's relax the foot, we'll circle it. We're going to bend the knee, bring it into the chest, angle it out towards the outside of the body, keeping the foot flexed. Full inhale and exhale here. And then releasing that left ankle onto the right thigh, keeping the low back into the mat. We're picking up behind the right thigh. Good. Full deep breath. We're going to slowly release. We're going to uncross. And we're going to give the knees a hug. We have options here of rocking side to side on the spine or front to back. If we're rocking front to back, making sure that navel stays tight as we lift. We're going to work our way up to seated. You can either roll to the side or rock all the way up. Tuck your chin tight to the chest if you rock all the way up. Good. We're going to turn ourselves over. Take a couple of cat and cow. Just to move through the spine. Make sure we've gotten all the tension out of there. On an exhale, folding in through the navel, rounding out the back and allowing the head to hang. And then one vertebra at a time. The tailbone extends out behind us and the chest pulls forward to stretch the abdomen. We'll take one more time, a tuck and around. And one more time, extend. Bringing it back to neutral. Let's take that right foot out in front of us, coming into a runner's lunge, a hip flexor stretch. We're going to let the body weight fall forward. Good. One more deep breath here. We're going to shift back so that we can switch legs. You can take that foot off to the side. It's a little easier. Making sure that front foot goes far enough that when you lean forward, your knee ends up over the ankle and not past your toe. We're going to work our way into standing. One way to do it is to curl the back toes under so that you can scooch to move the knee underneath the body, using that left hand on the thigh on that back foot, turning it into a wide squat, and then a slow tuck round and roll all the way up to standing. We're going to do a quadricep stretch for the front of the thigh. We did a lot of leg work today. If you'd like, you can use a wall or a chair for a little balance support so you can focus more on the stretch. We'll take our right heel towards our buttock, knee pointing straight down for the floor. We're going to flex the foot. And then we're going to think of our pelvis and our thigh, our right thigh, driving forward to feel that big stretch. We're going to switch legs. Same thing. Flex foot, knee pulling straight down, hips pulling forward, chest lifted and long. Good, we're slowly going to release. We'll take the feet a little bit wide. Big inhale, big circle, lifting the ribs, really reaching up towards the ceiling. Good, slowly we'll turn those arms and let them lower. One more time, inhale, circle up. Let's take the hands on our hips, our thighs. Hip hinge. Exhale, tuck round and slowly roll up to standing as slow as you can. At the top, we're going to take a big shoulder roll. We'll take one more shoulder roll. Good. Arm circle up one more time. One lift of those ribs. Release. Thank you, guys. You did a great job, and I hope you have a fantastic